All right, today we're going to dive into something pretty cool, a new kind of automation engine called Flow. Now, its creators have this really powerful way of describing it. They call it the nervous system for what they call Web4. That's, the next evolution of the internet. But to really get what that means, we've got to start with the problem it's trying to solve.
So, let's kick things off with a problem that I guarantee you deal with every single day. I know I do. It's this constant, low-level friction in our digital lives.
You know the drill, right? You get an important email. So you copy the key info, you jump over to Slack, and you paste it in. Then you open up a spreadsheet and, yep, you paste it in there too. You're constantly taking screenshots, downloading files, re-uploading them somewhere else. We've basically become human APIs, just shuttling our own data between our own apps all day long.
And this slide just nails the core issue. The internet we have right now, Web 2, it's all built on these separate silos. Our apps don't talk to each other, so our data gets trapped. But there's this new vision emerging, Web 4. It's all about seamless interaction, smart automation, and this is key, you actually owning and controlling your own data. The big question, though, is how do we get from here?
Well, that's the bridge we need. And that's exactly where this new system, Flow, comes into the picture. It's a proposed solution to all this digital fragmentation.
So what is Flow at its heart? Well, think of it as a really, really smart automation engine. It's designed to be that bridge, connecting all the apps we use today, the old internet, with this new decentralized web of tomorrow.
And here's the metaphor that just makes it all click. It's brilliant. If you picture the entire internet as one giant body, Flow is designed to be its nervous system. It's the thing that sends the signals, the commands, between all the different parts, letting them work together in a way that's instant and intelligent.
And the mission behind it, it's so simple, but it's also incredibly ambitious. First, connect everything you use. And second, automate the intelligence so that your tools are finally working for you instead of you working for them.
Okay, so a nervous system for the web sounds awesome, right? But how does it actually pull that off? Well, it's all built on 3 key pillars.
So the very first pillar is all about that connectivity. It acts as the essential bridge we've been talking about. And the great thing is, it doesn't ask you to just abandon all the tools you already know and love.
Now check out the scale of this thing. Flow plugs into over 500 of the apps you probably already use. We're talking Gmail, Slack, Salesforce, the whole shebang. But then, and here's the magic, it builds a bridge from those apps directly into the new Web 4 world. So you could do something really powerful, like have an important email automatically get pushed to a secure, decentralized feed. It basically turns all your scattered apps into one single command center. Okay, on to the second pillar. If the first one was the bridge connecting everything, this one is the brain. This is where the real intelligence comes from.
Now, this is a really important distinction. We've had automation tools for a while, right? Things like Zapier. And they're great, but they're mostly, dumb. They just follow a simple if this, then that rule. Flow introduces what it calls intelligent agents. Think of them less like a rule and more like a little digital employee. They don't just move data from point A to point B, they can actually understand the context, make decisions, and act all on their own.
And that brings us to the third and final pillar. And honestly, this one might be the most revolutionary of them all. This is all about your security, your identity. This is your digital shield.
Okay, so this system is called UID, which stands for Unique Identity on Device. Here's the absolute game changer. You know how with most services you have to give them your passwords or your API keys and they store them on their servers? With Flow, they never see them, ever. Your identity lives encrypted on your physical device, your phone or your computer. So when a workflow runs, it's cryptographically signed right there, by you. It's a massive shift in who's in control of your digital identity. Hint, it's you.
All right, so we've got the 3 pillars, the bridge for connectivity, the brain for intelligence, and the shield for security. Let's put it all together and walk through a real-world example to see how this actually works.
Okay, so check out this workflow. Step 1, it all kicks off with a trigger. Say a new message pops up in Discord. Step 2, that AI agent, the brain, jumps in and does a sentiment analysis on the message. Is it positive, negative, neutral? Step 3, a logic gate makes a decision. If the message is positive, it triggers an action in step 4. Maybe it automatically likes it and posts a reply. If it's not, it does a different action, like logging it to a spreadsheet for a human to review later. And then step 5, the whole thing gets securely signed by your on-device identity and published, creating a verifiable record of what happened. And here's the really cool part. You don't need to be a programmer to build something like this. You can use a visual drag-and-drop editor to piece it together yourself. Or, and this is wild, you can use the AI-powered magic build. You literally just type what you want in plain English, like, hey, when I get a new invoice in my Gmail, save the attachment to my Google Drive. And the AI just builds the workflow for you.
Now, Flow is all about giving you control and freedom. And that doesn't just apply to building workflows, it also applies to how you run them. There are basically two different paths you can take to get started.
On one side, you've got the Web4 Studio. This is the managed version. It's perfect for creators or businesses who just want to get going right away. You just sign up and start building, no server headaches. On the other side, you've got the self-hosted option. This is for the developers out there, or anyone who's a privacy maxi, as they call it. You run the whole thing on your own server. That gives you absolute total privacy over your data and unlimited workflow runs. Two paths for two very different needs.
Okay, so let's zoom back out for a second and look at the really big picture here. What does all of this mean? Well, this isn't just a new tool, it's a completely different way of thinking about how we interact with the internet. This quote from the team behind Flow really just says it all. The goal is to get past just mindlessly moving data around. It's about building systems that can actually understand it. It's about shifting from being a passive user of the web to becoming an active orchestrator of your own digital world.
So that's the vision. An internet where all your tools are connected, intelligent, and truly secure by default, all working for you in the background. You know, the era of orchestration is definitely here. The only question left is, what are you going to build first?